Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Moose Minute Project here on we are Wednesday morning. Days are running in together. As you can see, I had to bring a companion with me today because we have a vet appointment a little later on, and then I'll run her home and then I'll come back to work. But she came with me today just because the vet is only a little ways away from work, so I thought I would bring her in. The boss doesn't know she's coming to work. I should have probably informed him, but I didn't know about it until, I knew about it. I didn't remember about it till last night. So, Coco Bear is here. Yeah, she's right back there. So, welcome to the Monday, we're again talking Wednesday morning Moose Minute Project. So, what happened? As you woke up this morning, you heard Susan Crawford won, Underling won, both liberal people that now have their jobs as one Supreme Court justice on the Wisconsin, board of justices, so the Supreme Court, and the other as the education superintendent. So what happened? The most money spent in a long time on any of this. And by the way, Mr. Booker yesterday breaking the record for, I think it was yesterday, he spoke for 25 hours straight. And people, I'm baffled by what it does. I don't understand some of that. But it was a big accomplishment. I know he was fighting for the people and some of these policies, which I just saw this morning. I think HHS is going to have an $8 billion. It's a huge number gutted from its system, the Health and Human Services side, which affects this guy pretty closely because my wife works in an HHS department for the county. She manages it. So, for all of you that say, all this unnecessary money, and we're gutting all of this, and we're finding all of that, when it starts affecting your pocket, and it starts affecting your parents and the elderly people, we'll see how that goes for you, unless you plan on just paying for your mom and dad for when they have to go into a new nursing home or whatever it may be. So, but what happened? I'm just curious. I don't know. I know they won, but was it because Elon came here wearing his cheese hat trying to spread all this money? Or was it that Washington, D.C. is not upholding their end of the bargain? It's just something to talk about, I guess. Or is it the fact that people aren't being treated like they should be because they are citizens of the United States? And I'm not talking about the deportations and all that, which I still find disturbing, that we're just loading people up, no matter who they are. And by the way, I just saw an article, too, about the ICE agents that are detaining Navajo Indians that have nothing to do with this. Okay? Navajo Indians, I think, are probably the first actual citizens of the United States. Just a thought. When you start detaining them, what is your basis when you're probably skin color, I'm guessing. I thought it was just going about people that were causing trouble and bad criminals and bad people. It's just interesting to see how we are treating people in this country, and there's a lot of people cheering, going, woohoo, look at us go. Yes, I'm sure there are numbers that are skewed in D.C. But then you hear like Marjorie Taylor Greene that says to some reporter from the UK, I don't care who you are. I don't care where you come from. Go away. Is that really how we want to be? Is that how we want to be as humans? Or the senator that got approached via cell phone that went viral that said, hey, I worked for HHS. I got fired not because I deserved it. Not any of this. I was fired. And all he could say, surrounded by his people, was, well, I can tell you, you probably deserved it. Why is that? Because you look like a clown. So you deserved it, as he got in his elevator and went to wherever he needed to go. Or the senator that was confronted on the things going on, and he's like, well, I'm sure your mom got you dressed and fixed, and this guy's old enough, got fixed, and made sure your Pop-Tart was hot, or, your Hot Pocket, whatever it was stated. Are these truly the people that we have turned into? Are we content with this? Are we content with Elon going into all of our information, all of our stuff with his little minions? Are we okay with that? I don't care right or left. I don't care. Take him out of the mix, because really he shouldn't be there. And you can try to convince me that he found $1 trillion in fraud or misuse funds, okay? Or that we're still paying people that were 150 years old. There's no proof that we did, and they can't supply any. They're just feeding the fire. If you own an outdoor wood burning stove, you know what that's like. You throw a log in, and it gets hot. And then pretty soon it cools out. You got to throw another log. See, this is how this is working. Is you got to throw one log to distract from the other stuff. And you got to throw another log to spark more debate and more fire and more heat to keep going. See, that's how it used to work in like high school and things like that, is if you took the chubby kid that was raised in the poor area, or the African American, or the Mexican kid, or however you want to look at it, and all you could do was keep picking on them to make it go around. That's all you could do. And then you had to keep going, because that makes you strong. That makes you a phone call quick. So, if we continue to snowball things, and we continue to make this ball bigger, more people will get sucked in to this believing, and then they're rooting and cheering on. To me, I think it was a big failure for the Republican Party to have Elon Musk show up in Wisconsin and then flex his muscle with a couple of, $20 million or whatever it is. And yes, I know George Soros, I get it, okay? Soros was involved on the other side. But you didn't see George out doing these propaganda stuff, and especially wearing a cheese hat and weird shit like that. I think both parties have to sit back and really reflect on where we want this country to go. The heartbreaking situation of all of this that I saw in the last day is the amount of schools that need financial help. And you wonder why we are slowly slipping in education. It has nothing to do with the quality of There's teachers walking away from this because there's no respect there by higher ups. There's no respect by parents. There's no discipline by parents anymore either. I was told over and over that I was extremely hard on my son. I was hard on all three of my kids. I'll take the credit. I'll say that out loud. I expected a lot out of my kids. Probably way more than I should have. But I lived with a mother that expected that as well. She expected my behaviors to outreach and do more. She expected that. That wasn't I'll try your best. It was do your best. And I expect you to do everything right as far as elderly as far as vets, senior citizens, whatever it may be, I was expected. I was taught and I was expected. And I was told this is how it is going to go. Not this is how it should go. This is how it's going to go. This is how it's going to go with you opening doors for ladies, you opening doors for seniors, you walking along the side of the curb. This was not, oh, do it if you want to. You're also going to get good grades, and if you start something, you're going to finish it. So if you start band this year, you can't quit till the end of the year. I don't care if you're miserable. That's how it's going to go. And I expected the same out of my kids. And I still expect my kids to be respectful, even when they're the age they are now, with my youngest going to be 25. You will be respectful, and you will do every job you do to the fullest. And yes, I'm going to call you out sometimes and piss you off. And you might not want to, but it's okay. It's just how it has to be. And I can tell you that I have a lot of friends that do the same. I have friends that their children went to the military. Their friends, their kids, prime example. Yesterday I got a message from a daughter of the man I talked about 2 days ago. And she was explaining to me the respect she has for her dad and the respect and his expectations. I know what his probably expectations were too. And trust me, the man is built like a rock. And I know pride gets in the way of us as fathers. I know our egos get in the way sometimes of, I'm fine, I'll keep moving. I know I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. We could be crushed inside, we could have a lot of shit going on, but we are fine. And then you wonder sometimes why our sons, like my son, is the same way. He packs and packs and packs. Just keeps pushing. So, it's curious when we focus on what happened over the last month or so of what truly took place. And I think you're going to start seeing things really on both sides have to change a lot for this country to start making the turns. Because if laughing emojis, shit emojis, whatever you want to talk about when it comes to corruption, and I know Signalgate now got pushed in with Hillary's emails and Hunter's emails and laptops and whatever else. Way too many uneducated people are commenting on what should have been done. I think it got pushed under a rug. Do I think the other ones? Probably. But at some point, instead of pushing it under a rug, one of these, because I don't believe we're going to get a third party ever involved, because nobody wants that. I do. Everybody says they want one, but nobody wants to vote that way because I don't think they trust the system. And I don't think they believe that'll make a difference. But that's where we're at today. So I'm going to go into work. It's pouring rain here, and the river is rising, by the way, the Wisconsin River. I will be back tomorrow morning with another edition of the Moose Minute Project. As always, take time to bless somebody today. I'm going to go in and try to sell something today. We'll talk later. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning with another edition of the Moose Minute Project.